An advantage I have playing my position, usually bigger post guys, I can make quick moves around them, and then when they put a smaller guy, I can bully them to the rim, make strong moves. So.
I'll just go ahead and take it myself.
What's up? Boy Big Zeke, back with another video, and trying to get my shirt right. My shirt look weird. Whatever. I'll crop that out. But so yeah, this is a new series I'm starting called Storytime with Big Zeke, and I'm basically just gonna be telling stories from my basketball career about the good, the bad, the ugly, the funny stuff, the motivational stuff, everything. This is year 6 as a pro, so I've seen a lot of stuff on the business side, and yeah, like this business really can get pretty crazy, like after some years in it. Not to mention getting through like 4 years of Division I in college and high school and middle school. But so this is gonna be the first video of this series, and the title is gonna be 4 teams in 3 weeks, because I played on 4 different G League teams in 3 weeks. And this story just goes to show like how crazy the business can get and what it's like to be a player getting traded or getting released and moving from city to city, because most people see like, oh, this guy got traded or this guy got picked up by a new team. They don't know. They just think it's like 2K where, oh, you just pop up in this city and everything's cool, but they don't know what it's like behind the scenes to be the player that has to pack all your bags and go from state to state, be going across the country and trying to acclimate yourself in a new system, meet new people, and basically adjust your game to whatever new team you're on within a matter of days when you get to a new team. So yeah, I'm basically gonna just show y'all how it was and how I did it and what the experience was like. So yeah, this story begins on December 30th, 2023. And I am playing with the Texas Legends, the Dallas Mavericks G League affiliate at the time. And it was just a regular day. We had a game scheduled at 7 against the South Bay Lakers, and I get to the arena, I do my regular pregame routine, get on the court, doing my workout, everything's going smooth. I finish my workout. As I'm heading off the court, I get a tap on my shoulder by the assistant general manager, and he told me the head general manager wants to see me in the office. So at this point, it's 6 o'clock and our game is at 7. And usually when you get a tap, usually when you get the heads up that the GM wants to see you, it's usually either you're getting cut, you're getting traded, or you're getting called up to the NBA. It's really never, in my situation, the call up was gonna be hard because I knew I was starting at the time, I was playing decent, but I was averaging like probably 7.7 rebounds, so I didn't think it was call-up worthy. So I automatically was thinking like, okay, this can't be good. So I get to the office, and it's the GM in there and it's the head coach, and they both got that look on their face. That look of like, this is gonna be tough. And immediately I know what's going on. I've been in this situation before, so not my first rodeo, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yeah, go ahead. Say it, go ahead. Just give it to me straight, you know what I'm saying? Don't sugarcoat nothing. And basically they explained to me there were some roster moves that were made before the game. We have 10 people on the roster. You can only have 10 roster spots in the G League, and another player from the Mavericks got cut from the Mavericks, so they sent him down to the G League team. So basically they had to cut a G League player to make room for him, and I happen to be the player that was the one getting cut. So sometimes when it comes to the business of the NBA, it's like, sometimes it's nothing that you did wrong. I mean, you showed up to work, you're a professional every day, you played your role to the T, but sometimes you can get hit by a straight bullet. And players talk about this a lot, like, yo, this guy got traded and you just end up in a trade package with this guy just because, hey, he takes priority over you depending on how much money he's making compared to how much money you're making. So sometimes you can just get hit with a straight bullet. And in my case, That's pretty much what happened because Kyrie Irving was playing with the Mavericks at the time, and he got injured by Dwight Powell falling on his leg. So, in response to that, the Mavericks needed to sign a new backup point guard because I think at the time Luka was hurt too. So they had no primary ball handler, and they needed a point guard basically. So they went and signed a point guard from the Orlando Magic G League team named Brandon Williams. And once they signed him to a two-way contract because it's like one of the more flexible spots to move. They had to waive Dexter Dennis off his two-way contract, so that bumped him down to a Exhibit 10 or like a standard G League contract with the Legends, and they had to open up a new roster spot to let him in there. So it was nothing I did. I just got hit by a straight bullet. That's what I would call it. So they explained to me, we don't want to do this. You didn't do nothing wrong. You've been being great on and off the court, but you were the only roster spot that was really flexible enough for us to move. So I'm like, I keep it professional. I'm like, I appreciate the opportunity, and I wish you guys the best of luck, and we'll stay in touch, for the future. And they kind of send me on my way. So at this point, it's like 6:20, and the game is at 7. So I'm like, let me go back to the locker room and get my clothes, get dressed, put my street clothes back on, and go back to the crib. So I'm walking to the locker room, and I'm starting to get dressed, and my teammates start trickling back in from their pregame workouts. So they're walking in like, yo, bro, like, what are you doing, bro? We got a game in 30 minutes. Why are you getting dressed? Did you get hurt or like what happened? And, I basically explained to them like, yo, they just cut me, 30 minutes before the game. And dudes are like, what? Like, dudes are pretty shocked. But at the same time, like, the business is so crazy. People have seen almost everything. So they're not that shocked. They're just like more like surprised, like, dang, like really right before the game? Like, they couldn't let me play and let me know after the game? Like, dang. But, so, the guys kind of just start, just wishing me the best of luck, and obviously exchange contacts with the dudes. I don't have their number. Just wish me the best of luck, and I end up leaving, hit my homeboys up. It is New Year's Eve almost, so it's like December 30th, so like, we was gonna celebrate anyway, so I'm like, yo, we might as well just go out. I let them know what happened. We just went out, we're like, we gonna celebrate anyway, so we all went out that night. We at the club. New Year's Eve in Dallas is lit. I'm like, I'm just gonna enjoy myself tonight, and I'm gonna worry about, the business part, whatever team I'm gonna play on next tomorrow. So, get to the club, we turn up. Midnight comes, and I get a call from my agent. I'm like, dang, my agent called me at midnight. I already talked to him earlier, so what could this be? He calls me, I go to the restroom, like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, pack your bags. The Warriors G League team just called, and they're picking you up. They want to fly you out in the morning, first thing in the morning. I'm like, oh, snap. So none of my bags are packed at all. It's midnight. But I pretty much just finished that night out, probably get home at like 2:30, and I don't even go to sleep. I just go straight to packing my bags. Pack like 3 bags. You got to think about it. If somebody just calls you on a random day and says, hey, you're moving from Texas to California, you have to pack your whole entire life up into those 3 suitcases and be ready to go in the morning. So it wasn't an easy packing process. It took me a minute, but got 3 suitcases. I wear a size 17 shoe, so 5 pairs of my shoes takes up a lot of space in the suitcase. Plus, I like to be fly, so I got to bring my half of my, dang near my whole closet with me, and my athletic clothes too. So pack my bags, and about 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm on a flight to Indiana to meet them on the road, to meet the Golden State Warriors on the road. So I get to Indiana, and I meet the whole team in the airport. As I'm landing, they're landing. We land at the same time. And they're kind of looking at me like, who is this guy? Then, the GM kind of explains, oh yeah, we just picked him up, and pretty much everybody was cool. So I get there, and I'm kind of just asking like, yo, what do y'all expect out of me so I can know? Because I'm not trying to get cut again. You know what I'm saying? So what do y'all expect out of me? What do y'all need me to do? What role do I need to fill? So I can kind of just stay on the team and finish out the year strong with them. So they're kind of telling me they want me to play like the Draymond Green type of role because I'm like similar in height to him, like 6'8". We both play with a lot of energy. So I'm like, okay, I can do that. Even though I never saw myself as Draymond, but I'm like, okay, I think I could do that because Draymond did win 4 chips and he did sign a dang near max deal. So if y'all need me to be Draymond Green, I'll be Draymond Green. You feel me? So yeah, I get to the Golden State Warriors G League team, Santa Cruz Warriors. They're like, yo, we want you to be Draymond. We want you to, bring the ball up the court, rebound, kind of just be the hub of the offense. I'm like, yo, that's cool with me because I'm going to get to touch the ball. And with the Mavericks, I wasn't really touching the ball like that. I was just like setting pick and roll. So I like being more involved in the offense, you know what I'm saying? Getting to get assists and sometimes get my buckets in there too. So I'm like, bet, I could do that. So get to the first game. We play against the Indiana Pacers G League team. And we play in their arena too, so it was pretty cool. So I'm in Indiana, first game with the Warriors G League team. I learned the offense the day before, and it's pretty simple because all like the NBA offenses are pretty similar. And I have good feel for the game, so it's usually pretty easy for me to get acclimated to offense. So first game I had like 9 points, 8 rebounds, I had like 2 dunks.
All sorts of things.
I think I played solid for my first game. People were like, okay, we see you. So they're pretty impressed, I think, by my first game. At least I played really solid, but we lost by like 10, maybe by 8. So second game come around. I think we have a back-to-back against the Pacers G League team. We play again. I play another solid game. And then from there we go to Cleveland. Yeah, we go to Cleveland. We play the Cavaliers G League team. I have another less. I think I played less minutes, but it was a decent game too. So after that game, we just lost 3 though. We lost 3 in a row. I'm not gonna lie. I was 0-3 with the Warriors at this point. So we get to Cleveland and the game is over. I'm heading back to the locker room. I get another tap on my shoulder. The GM wants to see you. I'm like,
What? We're flying to Philadelphia. Oh, hell no! Hell no!
oh man, I already know what's going down, bro. I literally just got here. It's only my 3rd day out here, you feel me?
It's only my 3rd day out here. I don't know.
But so I just get there and the GM, man, he pulls me into like a janitorial closet or something in the back of the arena. It's like, hey, just take a seat real quick. He got the chair set up. He got the release paper on the table. So I already know what's going down. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm just gonna sign this paper real quick. I appreciate the opportunity. He explained to me they basically want to go in a different direction. I'm like, okay, bet. And I think they wanted they wanted a 7-footer, like a 7-foot shot blocker, rim protector, lob catcher type player. And I'm 6'8". I can't grow 3 inches overnight, so there wasn't much I could do or say about that situation. I'm just like, hey, wish y'all the best. I appreciate the opportunity. So, that was January 6th, and I was waived, released, cut by the Warriors at this point. So this is 2 teams within 1 week already. And I go back to the crib, go back to Dallas. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Go back to Dallas. I'm just like, man, this is wild, bro. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm kind of just trying to stay in shape, and I know how the business is, so I got to stay ready for the next call, mentally and physically. So 5 days go by, and the phone rings again. This time it's the New York Knicks. New York Knicks G League team. When I say NBA team, I'm talking about their G League team, okay? Because most people don't know the G League name, so I'm gonna be saying the NBA name. So it's the New York Knicks. And this time I'm like, yo, before I even sign this, can I know, like, y'all explain to me the situation? Because at this point, I don't want to go into any situation blindly or, not knowing what's going on. So be fully transparent with me, explain to me what y'all need me to do, and explain to me why y'all are calling me. So basically, they said a player got injured and he was going to be out for like 2 weeks. So they needed a guy to replace the injured player while he was gone. So part of me was like, I don't really want to go because I know it's going to be temporary. But on the other hand, it was opportunity to keep a check coming in. One, we do play basketball to get paid. It is a business. I got to make my money. So keep a check coming in. One, two, I can make some connections. Three, stay in shape. And then four, you just never know what could happen. You know, who knows? Maybe sometimes you play so good, they decide to keep you and they figure out a way to keep you. So get to New York. One of the first things I'll say about New York is their hospitality was 10 out of 10. I'm talking about I get to New York. This is the first time I had like the driver waiting outside for me with the black truck, with a sign with my name on there. I'm like, oh, this is lit. Got the driver waiting on me. I feel presidential, you know what I'm saying? So I landed in New York. They got the driver to pick me up, and the New York Knicks practice facility and their G League team is in Westchester County, which is like an hour, White Plains, New York, in Westchester County. So it's like about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour outside of New York. And this is where the New York Knicks practice, and this is where the G League team is based. So I land in New York and they drive me, the driver takes me an hour away to White Plains. Really cool driver too. We was chopping it up, having a great conversation. He was welcoming me to the city and just explaining to me like, you know how things go. So I get there, and New York, every team has like different atmosphere to them. Like every team in the NBA, it doesn't matter where you go. I don't think that any team has the exact same feel. So when I walked into the New York facility, you can immediately feel like in the organization that Thibodeau culture, like that grit, you know what I'm saying, the professionalism, the staying ready for your number to be called. You can just feel that in the air. So I'm cool with that because I'm a hard worker anyway. So, you know, I get there, I'm ready to work. Even though I know it's a temporary situation, I'm just kind of ready to show like, okay, even if y'all needed me in the future, after these 2 weeks, then I'll be ready to come back here. You know, like in the NBA, everything is the first impression is everything. So you never know what opportunity could come back. You never know who's gonna get moved up and be a head coach here or like. So you always want to make sure that at the least they can say that, hey, he's a good guy. You know what I mean? So you can keep your name clean because your name is everything. Once you get someone your name, it's tough to get it off. So, you know, I get there, be professional, and I play 2 games with the team. I went and talked to the head coach too as soon as I got there. And just like he's basically just like, look, you know the situation. It's an injury replacement, and yeah, I know the situation. So he's like, just go out there and play your best, have fun, and we'll see what happens. So, you know, that's what I do. I just go out there, play, do my thing. I had 2 solid games, but I can only do so much. I think my minutes were kind of limited, and only a week goes by, and they're like, hey, the dude just came back off injury, so yeah, you gotta go. So this one wasn't as bad because I knew that it was gonna be a short-term thing, but I was like, at least let me get my 2 weeks. I couldn't get my 2 weeks at least, so yeah. That situation ended, and this goes to show like how much of a world-class organization the Knicks is, and like the way their hospitality is. They sent me back the same way that I came. I told y'all when I came, the black truck was waiting on me. The sign was waiting on me when I left. Black truck, sign waiting on me. Take me to the airport. I don't even got to touch my bags. They carry my bags inside. They treat me like a celebrity. So my experience in New York was cool. I would go back to that team. I like the city. Yeah, like New York, the whole city of New York has a different vibe to it. It's hard to explain unless you go there and if you live there. So I definitely will make a trip to New York in the summer. So yeah, I leave New York and I get back to Dallas. And at this point, I'm just like, I gotta get back into my routine, hit up my trainer. You know, just as a professional, anytime you get sent home, you have a home routine and you have like a game routine. So when you're at home, you gotta I still like to be at the gym at a certain time. I don't want to just stay at the house and sleep in till 2 o'clock every day, because then if a team calls me, my sleep schedule is not going to be in the right place. So, I still try to wake up around 10, the same time I go to practice, 9, 10, go to the gym, do my own workout, eat right, go to like open runs and stuff to stay in shape. So I'm at the crib for, I think, like 5 days. Cause I think I got home on like the 15th. I think like that. Yeah, I think something like that. Or like 3-4 days. Anyways, I got another call from the New Orleans Pelicans G League team on January 18th. So I got home like the 15th. I was home for like 3 days. So January 18th, the New Orleans G League team calls me. They're like, yo, how you doing? Are you available? I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. But I am available, but I don't want to go there. So I kind of tell them that unless it's going to be a permanent situation, I'm not coming. Because at this point, I'm tired of packing my bags and just going from city to city, state to state. I want to be in a situation where they value me, where it's going to be permanent, where I don't got to worry about leaving in a week. So I'm trying to explain to them that I'm not coming unless this is solid and I'm going to be here for the rest of the season. So they're basically telling me, well, we would like to have you for the rest of the year, but we can't really tell you if you're going to be here for the rest of the year. So I'm like, well, if you can't tell me, I ain't coming. That's enough for me. I keep on having to check my camera, bro, because I just made a whole video that did not get recorded, so I'll have to re-record. But anyway, so I told them, yeah, I'm not coming if y'all can't be fully transparent with me. So 3 hours later, I get a plane ticket to Birmingham. That's where the Pelicans G League team is Birmingham. So I'm like, what did my agent tell the team? I just told them I wasn't coming. So I'm just like, whatever. I get the plane ticket and I get on the plane. Once I get to Birmingham, I have practice that morning and I literally have a game that same night. So I ended up finding out that the reason why they couldn't tell me what was going on, because like in the NBA, if there's like a Woj bomb coming, Woj has to be the one to announce it. Like, and one of our players just got signed to the Washington Wizards. One of the player I was coming in for, named Trey Jemison, just got signed to the Washington Wizards. So they had to let Woj announce it, because if they told me, technically I can go and drop my own Woj ball. So he got signed, and that's why a spot opened up. But he was signed to a 10-day. So basically, if his 10-day ended, that means that he could come back and the spot I had would no longer be there. So that's why they couldn't tell me if it was going to be permanent or temporary. So me staying there for the rest of the year was basically contingent on whether he stayed in the NBA. So that was kind of stressful, because I'm sitting here playing, and me staying there doesn't really depend on my performance. It just depends on the fate of another man's career. So that's kind of a weird position to be in. So I'm checking every day, like, what is his stats? Is he playing well? I'm checking Twitter, like, is Washington going to keep him? And luckily, and that's my boy too. Shout out to Trey Jemison. He's a beast. The Memphis Grizzlies ended up picking him up after he left the Wizards, and they signed him for the whole year. So basically that meant that my spot was secured for the rest of the year. So I ended up staying with Birmingham for the rest of the season, and that was that's how that 3 weeks went. The 4 team I played for in those 3 weeks. And I forgot to mention I did play with Birmingham already the past year, and I was in training camp with them, so it was pretty easy to learn like the plays. I already knew the head coach and most of my teammates and the GMs and everything, so it was easy to adapt to Birmingham. Yeah, that just goes to show, like, that's how hard it is to be on the other side of all those trades and roster changes. Like, it's not easy as a player. Like, people think that players are robots, or we're 2K players, or we just move cities and we pop up in a new city. Like, no, bro, we have to pack all our bags, pack your whole life up, pack your whole closet, and go from one side of the country to another side. So if you work corporate, if you work construction, if you work at a hospital, just imagine you get a call one day and they want you to go from Texas to California in one night basically, and they want you to pack all your bags, and then you get to New York or you get to California, they want you to go from California to New York, and you don't know how long you're gonna be there, you don't know what they want you to do. It's not easy. So people see the life of like an NBA or NBA G League or professional basketball player as like such a glamorous lifestyle, but they don't understand like there's a good side and there's a bad side of it, and there's pros and cons like anything else. So yeah, that's what it's like to be what they call a journeyman. And yeah, that's pretty much that's it for that story. So I'm gonna try to keep these story times coming and stay consistent with them, but I appreciate everybody. Keep liking, keep subscribing, keep sharing, and y'all be blessed, man. I'm out.